Alright, so now that we got this little bit of an area cleared out, I want to work on part of the mega base. So I want to turn this entire island into kind of a makeshift mega base. Now, I'm not quite sure what all I want to do, but the first thing I want to do is, we did that tent over there. I want to do like a tiny version of it over here, so that way we can have a little bit of like a place to stay that is safe, because I've been currently just like sleeping like this. It's not safe, not at all. So I'm gonna make a tiny tent and a tiny covered wagon, so that way we can have just a place to sleep and a place to store stuff. So let's do that real quick. Okay, cool. I think this is good for at least a little bit of a thing. So I ended up adding a couple extra items around here just to fill it up some, but I've decided to use this as storage. And then if we go over to it's supposed to be like a little covered wagon kind of thing, but if we just go up here, it has a couple of furnaces and a bed. So at least it's a little bit safer for me. It's a little bit better than just sleeping out in the open whenever I can get killed. And I do not want that. I do not want to die. So yeah, I just wanted to get something put together so that way we can have just something to be safer. But yeah, what I want to do, I have an idea. What I want to do is, since we have this entire island here, I would like to basically make a tiny city. I think that would be really neat. The first thing that I really want to do, or at least one of the things that I really want to do, is make a mob farm. So I think that's the thing that I'm gonna work on next, or at least have like the items for it whenever we do get around to it. So I'm gonna do some off-screen mining and stuff like that, so that way we can hopefully get a couple more items to build with. Okay, so I'm actually going to run over here real quick because I did something on Twitch live on stream, and I want to show you what I did. First of all, I flattened this area out a little bit, but the thing that I did live is I made a scary tunnel. So this actually goes all the way down to bedrock, because I thought it would be kind of cool to use this to mine, and I just wanted to dig out a giant hole. That's pretty much it. But after I dug out the hole, I spent some time flattening this because I want to do something to cover this up, because I do keep falling in it. I know it's a pretty big hole, but I just keep falling in it. I'm dumb, I don't know. But I want to cover this up. And so I actually brought my bed because it's about to be nighttime. But I want to do like basically an entrance to a subway station. So I don't know if you guys have seen photos of what subway stations look like in New York City, but most of the time they're basically just holes in the ground, and they go all the way down to the subway station and whatnot, and they usually have like a little fence around it. Sometimes they have a building attached to it or anything, but I kind of want to do that because eventually I'd like to add a railroad cart all the way down there to make it easier to go in and out of. I think that'll be really neat. So I'm actually going to do a tiny bit of a time lapse of me adding a fence around this, and then a tiny bit of a building like over here. It's not going to be a very big building. I just want it so that way I can store stuff in it. I think that'll be really neat. But yeah, let's get into it. So I ended up stopping the time lapse because I ran out of glass, but I decided to leave it like this. It is a green color and it's actually about to be nighttime. Did I leave my bed over here? I left my bed over here, that's good. But I wanted to add kind of like a glass side to one part of it. And then since my shirt is green, as you guys can kind of tell here, I decided to use greens around here. I figured that'd be really cool, so I added a little bit of green to it. Let's wait for it to become daytime, so that way you guys can see it in a little better light. But I think it turned out pretty cool. I kind of want to add a roof to it, but I figured this would be good for now. And I was thinking about doing the fence in iron bars, but I don't have much iron yet. I need to make an iron farm. But this is definitely a good little thing. I figured if we do the railroad cart, it can come up here and come into the building, which would be pretty cool. And then I can just use this to store items that I happen to get if I go mining or whatnot down this giant hole in the ground. But I figured this would be a cool, it's kind of like a gas station inspired. I know there's a lot of gas stations, at least around where I live, that have like the green in it. So it's kind of like a tiny gas station slash greenhouse slash thing. I don't know what to call it. But yeah, I figured this is definitely good and it should keep me from falling down into this thing, which is good. Alright, so now that we have a little bit of a mining thing going on over there, I have an idea. Now the idea is, first of all, I don't remember what I said in the last episode. I'm going to start treating each episode as if it's completely new because this is like a long form type of thing, and so I'm not going to remember every single thing that I said, so consider this fresh. But I really want to take this little island here and turn it into a tiny city because I think that'll be really neat. So I am not exactly sure how much I can fit onto this island. So to begin things off, I have about 5 buildings that I would like to do, and then I also have an entrance that I would like to do and a cemetery, which I think is going to be really fun. The last time I tried to do a cemetery was in my hardcore worlds that I did on Twitch way back when, and I just kept dying. The cemetery was just too much, but I would really like to try and do one on this world, so I think that'd be really fun. But since I already have a couple of buildings planned out, I know exactly how like wide and big that they're gonna be, so I need to kind of mark them out. Now I don't know if I'm actually gonna keep this tent and caravan here, so I think I'm gonna do the entrance like right behind you. I need to figure out what's like the middle of this island so that way I can kind of make things even. At least that's what I'm going to aim for. But I would like to do like the entrance like right here and then start doing a couple of buildings behind it. And then I can continuously add buildings as long as I have enough room. But yeah, I figured now would probably be a good time to at least plan them out a little bit. So let's get into it. Okay, so I think I got this area planned out to what I would like it to be. I decided to label everything because I knew I would probably forget what item is what. And so this is an entrance along with a little bit of a fence that I would like to do around the sides, or at least at the front bit of it. And then over here we have, I labeled all the buildings so that way I would know which one goes where. But this is going to be like a storage silo, which I think is going to be pretty cool. Over here, I want to do a mob farm. So I think that'll be pretty neat. I know down the road the mob farm should come in really handy. So I think that'd be really neat. And then if we go over here, we have a little bit of an apartment building right here. I think that'll be really neat. I figured the apartment building would be good if I wanted a place to live or if I wanted villagers down the road. I don't know yet. But right here, I'm calling it the shops because it's going to look like a storefront. I don't know if I'm actually going to sell anything in it. I may just use it to put extra items in and then have people come and get them for free or whatever. I don't really want to sell things. I just want a place where people can grab items if they happen to need it. And then if we come over here, I think this one's going to be really neat. I want to do a tavern. At least it kind of gives me tavern vibes. It's going to be like a tavern or a hotel, a place where people can hang out. I know that I'm basically treating this as my own server. Other people do have access to it in case they want to build something or stream or whatever. But I am not making people create content here or whatever. So if they just want to come by and like have fun or just hang out or something, there's a tavern for it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have planned out for now. We have all this area right here that is open. The only thing I have not laid out right now is a cemetery, but that's mainly because since we have so much room over here, I can definitely put a few more buildings around here. I just need to figure out what kind of buildings I want to do. That I need to decide on that. Like, there's a couple of like city related items I could probably do, like a park or like a little town hall or something. I'm not quite sure yet, but I figured these buildings are good enough to get started on. And since I definitely need to spend some time gathering items, mainly bricks and then just plain things that I have to dig up, I'm going to spend some time doing that. So I'm going to call this episode quits right now. Thank you guys for watching. I'm just gonna have to spend some time putting stuff together, so I figured might as well end the episode now, and then down the road, whenever I have the items collected, then I can start building on things. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you happen to like the video, make sure to give it a like. If you liked it even more, make sure to subscribe, and I'm not sure when the next video is gonna come out. It will come out eventually, I don't know. Like I said before, this is kind of like a long-term project of mine. I mainly use this server just to play around on my own whenever I get bored, and so I just may or may not record some stuff. Who knows? But yeah, thanks you guys for watching. Bye bye.